Madayaw na adlaw, mabuhay at magandang umaga, Davao. Welcome sa Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas, kung saan itatampok natin ang mga nagawa at mga napagtagumpayan ng iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno sa ilalim ng administrasyon ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Hatid sa inyo ng Presidential Communications Office, mapapanood po tayo sa lahat ng online platforms ng PIA Davao Region, sa Facebook at sa YouTube. Sa umagang ito, muling magbabalik ang Department of Tourism Region 11 bilang panauhin sa ating espesyal na edisyon. Kumusta na ba ang industriya ng turismo sa rehiyon? At maghingi po tayo ng updates at situationers sa mga iba't ibang tourism programs at projects dito sa Region 11. Okay? At tayo muli ng ating Regional Director ng DOT Region 11, si Ma'am Tanya Rabatan, upang ibahagi sa atin ang kanilang mga updates galing sa kanilang ahensya. Muli po, magandang umaga, RD, and welcome back po sa ating Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Magandang umaga, RD, Rene. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, sa ating mga media friends. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Magandang umaga, RD Rene. Maraming salamat sa muling pag-imbita sa amin sa DOT 11 dito. And magandang umaga sa ating media friends and sa lahat ng viewers ng ating online presser for today.
Sige po, RD. Muli po ating pakinggan ang ating updates po mula sa ating DOT Region 11. The last time that we had our DOT was about various adventures na pwede nating makita dito sa Davao Region. So ano na kaya ang nagiging update at anong mga development naman din po ng DOT in Region 11? RD, it's your time now to report again to our public.
Once again, magandang umaga, mabuhay ug madayaw, and thank you for this opportunity to give the Department of Tourism this chance to give updates on what's going on with our agency. So, can I have the next slide, please? Right now, our city or region has 4 international direct flights. So meron po tayong direct flights connecting Davao to Hong Kong, connecting Davao to Doha, Qatar, connecting Davao to Bangkok, Thailand, and Singapore. And for our domestic routes, may connection tayo with Clark. Manila, we have multiple flights daily. We're connected to Katiklan, Tacloban, Siargao, Cagayan de Oro, Iloilo, Bacolod, and again, multiple flights to Cebu, and then, of course, Bohol, Zamboanga, and Puerto Princesa. We closed 2024 with a total distribution of travelers of 4,155,581. And our top key foreign markets for 2024, at the top of the list is USA, followed by China, Japan, Korea, Australia, Canada, UK, India, Singapore, and Germany. Ang ating product portfolio po dito sa region, we are very strong in culture. Marami po tayong offerings na culture, and of course, nature, sun and beach. We have a very long coastline. We have 173 kilometers of coastline. And farm tourism, and then dive and adventure and MICE. Currently, we have 381 DOT accredited tourism enterprise, but ongoing po ang pag-accredit natin to different tourism establishments. And of course, DOT's primary mandate is on standards and regulations. So we regulate all our tourism related enterprises. And of course, syempre gusto natin i-maintain yung quality and of service. So we do trainings. We conduct trainings on our various tourism enterprises. And of course, we market Davao and we develop more products. Yung mga na-present ko kanina na mga product portfolio, we continue to work on developing so that we have more to offer here sa Davao region. I'd like to share with everyone our 2024 accomplishments. So, na-mention ko kanina, key mandate natin is isa doon sa pag-develop ng product. So, we also have tourism policy formulation and planning program. So, we continue to assist all our tourism stakeholders on mga capacity building. We help them in tour package development. We continue to mentor because we do need to collect data. So, we do basic tourism statistics for accredited establishments. And we continue to assist our LGUs and the private sector on tourism awareness and other capacity building. And also we conduct region-wide assessment and validation. We have this program on promoting to localize yung mga ating mga establishment to help them promote local products, local services. So we continue to conduct capacity building and coaching for LGUs in preparation of also their provincial local tourism plans, and again yung generation nila ng tourism statistics. And also we assist our LGUs in the preparation of their tourism code. We do validations also. Bago lang, meron tayong yung Tourism Champions Challenge, and 3 of our LGUs are recipients of this award. So we validate those areas to help them complete also their documentation para makapag-groundbreaking na po tayo. For marketing and product development, we do attend mga exhibitions and expositions. So for 2024, we have participated in 10 exhibits and expositions. We were able to conduct and participate in 7 business-to-business activities, and we were able to engage 90 stakeholders. I believe this is the one during the Mindanao Tourism Expo. We were there last April of 2024. It was held in Cagayan de Oro City. And this is, by the way, the banner project of our dear Secretary, Cristina Garcia Frasco. And we do product updates as well and presentations at every opportunity we can. So we participated in 15. We did 15 product updates and presentations. We did 15 B2Bs and networking activities, not necessarily initiated by DOT, but these are invitations. And last year, nag-roadshow tayo sa Australia. And we went to Sydney and Melbourne, and we met with various travel and tour operators there. Nag-attend po tayo ng Go Diving Show sa Sydney. This was last September of last year. And during the Australia Roadshow, nakapaggawa po tayo ng 3 product updates and presentations to the different stakeholders there. Nakapagawa po tayo ng 2 B2B events in Sydney, 1 in Melbourne. And ang kasama po natin na pumunta, we were 19 in all, ang ating delegation, and nakapag-engage po tayo ng around 90 Australian stakeholders. For marketing and product development, we do conduct fan trips. We host, like last year we hosted yung mga Singapore agents natin. We also hosted the Philippine travel operators, travel agencies and operators. And then, can I have the next slide? Ito sila yung mga Singapore-based travel agents. We hosted them last year. Ito po yung Philippine Travel Agencies Association. Last year din po ito. We also hosted recently, but this was last year, Japan Mega Fam Trip, tour of travel agents in Davao. And we are very active also in air service development. So this is actually route development. So this is just really to help sustain yung ating mga existing routes here in Davao and strengthen them as well. For our dive program, we participated in 2 expos and exhibition, and we also supported 2 LGU-led dive festivals and also 2 dive activities initiated. And we held our 3rd Davao Dive Expo last year, no? And of course, our Davao Adventure Challenge program, RD, nag 1 year na po tayo. And when we launched the Davao Adventure program, we did launch 17 sites dito. And around 19 site partners were engaged and 25 brand partners were engaged. The Davao Adventure Challenge, by the way, marami na pong nag-register, 1,400 plus. Meron na po tayong almost 500 who actually did the challenge, and naka-award na rin tayo ng 21 top challengers. We call them the ultimate challengers. Can I have the previous slide? So ito po yon. And the next slide. And the Davao Adventure Challenge is actually extended because summertime, alam natin, marami pang gustong gumawa ng challenge, but we will have definitely the season 2 of Davao Adventure Challenge. Siyempre, we also support halal programs, and we did 1 partnership project with the Department of Science and Technology, Region 11, and we participated in 2 halal-related expo. For culinary program, we did 3 culinary events and festivals last 2024, and these are the Davao Food and Wine Festival, which was very, very successful, by the way. And of course, yung Buwan ng Kalutong Pilipino, no? I think it's 5th year natin of celebrating this. For trainings, ito, this is really very important for our agency. So marami po tayong trainings na nagawa. We did, ito, ano rin to po ng aming secretary, no, banner program talaga niya, yung Filipino brand of service excellence. We were able to train 12,731 participants for this particular training. For halal awareness and orientation seminar, we were able to train 235, and we MICE po tayo talaga, no? We're very strong in MICE, so we do trainings on VIP, diplomatic protocol, formalities, etiquette, and social graces. We were able to train 74 stakeholders. For sustainable tourism-related training, 70. And then open water diving certification, we were able to certify 39. For Eco Guides training, 82 participants. For course on waitering and bartending, 95 participants. For course on housekeeping, 116 participants. Course on front office, 121 participants. Barrier-free tourism, 237 participants. For child-safe tourism, we were able to train 255. For Top Cup training, 90. And we did community tour guiding, 38. Certified guest service professional, 40, and basic life support, 32. Water search and rescue, 29 of them graduated. Lifeguard skills qualification, 29 graduated. Tourism awareness, 146 participants. Tourism reception, 36 participants. And cave, we have so many caves around the region. No? So caves, guiding training, 22. Street food, tourism, culinaria, 35. Hazard analysis and critical control points, 109, tour guiding techniques 63, 48 festival management participants. And because we did so much hard work, no, our training team, marami po tayong award na garner during the 7th Gawad Tagapagsanay Awards given by the Department of Tourism, recognizing the regional offices and our training champions. So ito po yung mga awards natin. No? Nag-champion tayo sa restaurant and food sector, sa MICE na training, and for the minor awards, we have Certifier of the Year, Barrier-Free Tourism Advocate, Tourism Works Advocate, Safety and Security Advocate, Gawad Tabang Awards, Gawad Pagkilala at Pasasalamat Award, sa Commendation Award, and the most number of trained participants award. It's actually a major award. For tourism standards development and enforcement, our standards team continue to move around the region to do orientation and of course accreditation campaign. And ito po yung mga napuntahan namin na mga lugar around the region. Next slide, please. Our rolling pipeline projects. So we continue on with the Davao Adventure Challenge 2025. We will be having our Davao Dive Expo. And again, supporting the Davao Food and Wine Festival. We will be holding the Buwan ng Kalutong Pilipino this April. We will be participating in the Osaka, Japan World Expo. And we plan to do actually roadshow for international country area, and also enhancement of Davao MICE program, development of farmers market, development of business case for airlines. And we actually produced this Davao MICE guidebook. It's a really guide, actually not just for MICE participants, but also as well as for the tourists, no, or visitors. We have featured all our key activities, our key attractions, the festivals that we celebrate, and some information about our MICE facilities. And we are on Instagram and Facebook. So that's the end of my presentation. Daghan kay salamat, RD.
Thank you, RD, Ma'am Tanya, regarding this beautiful presentation. There are a lot of things na siguro a lot of happenings in Davao na kami on our part bilang mga Davaoenyo na kailangan din talaga nating bisitahin. On that note, RD, ano po yung mga efforts din natin na para although na-mention naman po natin, are there any more efforts na ma-encourage natin yung locals to do a local tour? No, yung parang sinasabi natin na let's learn muna kung ano yung sariling atin para hindi tayo magiging ignorante sa ano yung meron tayo sa Davao region.
Totoo po, yan, no? Hindi natin nasali dito. Actually, nakapag-develop po ang ating local tour guides nung tour natin sa what we call the Palengke Tour. You should try it, RD. And actually, this was through really the initiative of our central office, the OT Central Office.
Ano itong Palengke Tour, RD? Is it about
they
food lang?
They visit the Palengke and they learn about history as well, because this is the in Bangkerohan public market. We should take you one of these days to the Palengke Tour. And it's really a very enriching
pag sinabing Palengke kasi, it's a parang a place na, you know, a lot of things there. And basically, ito ba yung sinasabi nila sa cultural and arts din, kasi ito yung tinatawag nila. Pag when you go to a certain place, bumisita kasi isang palengke, you will learn kung ano yung local basic culture na meron. Would you like to expand on that?
Totoo yan. Because aside from actually seeing, no, kung ano yung mga benta natin sa palengke, and as well as meeting the locals, no, yung mga vendors there, you learn about a little history about Davao, about that Bangkerohan River, and also you will see andun banda yung oldest mosque in Davao City. So kasama yan siya. And then at the end, syempre ng tour, kakain kayo ng breakfast.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, sige. Yun yung best part.
Yun yung best part. At saka they can also, we encourage also, yung they get to buy as well.
Yes.
Oo. So,
siguro, drawing also from your presentation earlier, Dinardi, nakita namin na there are a lot of road shows and foreign engagements na ginagawa po natin. We know that this is really to attract more tourists, foreign tourists basically, para to come to Davao region. So far, ano po yung immediate na naging impact, or perhaps you can share to us anong naging impressions ng mga bumibisita sa mga roadshows po natin regarding Davao? Maybe you can share po more about this. Thank you.
So when we did the roadshow back in 2023 sa Singapore, after mga first month of 2024, around January, nagbisita na po yung ating mga travel agents dito. And we took them on a fam trip. We hosted the fam trip sa kanila. Umikot sila. They were actually all impressed, and we let them engage with our local counterparts, yung mga tour operators natin dito. So sila yung nag-uusap because sila naman yung may mga tour packages. So at least napa-network natin yung ating local tour operators, and hopefully ma-sell din talaga nila yung Davao. And ganun din po nangyari nung nag-Australia tayo last year. We continue actually to engage with them until now. And nabisitahan din po tayo ng tour operator from base there. And naikot din po natin sila, and napamit din natin sa ating local tour operators dito. So at least added yon sa network of lists nila. And we always find them na very impressed, especially sa culture ng ating lugar. And also they really find Samal Island as well very appealing for a place of leisure and relaxation.
I think that's the end goal of everything when you want to visit a place or tour around, is you will have leisure and to be relaxed, whatever. So moving on that note also, RD, is syempre yung nakita natin there are medyo malawak ang region. So puntahan talaga yung mga sites, areas. So accessibility ang pinaka major concern po ng ating mga turista, and hopefully na yung pagpunta in the area hindi costly masyado. I mean, budget-wise, people would be encouraged to really travel more if budget-wise medyo economical for our people. Recently lang din, a recent project natin, actually nagkaroon tayo ng groundbreaking ceremony ng Mati Airport. So actually twice groundbreaking ceremony na nangyari sa Mati. Ano po magiging impact po nito sa tourism po natin?
Kasi we're always in touch naman din sa ating mga local airlines, mga national flag carriers natin. We always engage with them, and they engage with us as well. So developments like this, we inform them. We inform them on these developments, and reach out and offer fam trips to them, invite them to the place so that they can explore. Masaya kami na nag-groundbreaking na twice yung ating Mati Airport, and we were there actually in the two events, ang DOT. And we are very hopeful na sana ma-operate na siya commercially soonest, because I think it's really going to be a strategic move to connect us with other parts of the Philippines.
For strategic, is it also strategic for local Davao region? So pag bumisita diretso ang flight to Mati, ano po yung mga areas po doon na basically na mabibisita agad-agad po ng ating mga turista?
Actually, parang Davao is too near to parang magkaroon ng flight to Mati, but we're looking at other areas such as Cebu and other mga direct flights, and this will connect Mati and neighboring cities and municipalities and even provinces. It will connect them to these other areas. So mas magiging accessible ang place. Mati is a very beautiful place, not just Mati, the province, the whole province, and the nearby provinces. So there actually everybody will feel the advantage once ma-operate na talaga yung ating airport, hopefully soon.
Sige. Moving on to the next question, Adi, is I think Meron tayong yung regarding sa airport. So yung connectivity natin, napaka-importante ito na paglago ng turismo dahil mapapalapit ang tourism markets as you have mentioned earlier sa ating rehiyon. Ano po ba ang napipinto mga direct flights na magbubukas dito sa Davao? Earlier po na-mention niyo there are around 5, 6 na direct flights, foreign flights po. 4 right now. So, are there openings po? May mga prospects na po ba in the coming years perhaps or for this year?
Mahirap po mag-speculate pero ang atin pong mga partners, we have the Consulate General Offices and tayo together with other agencies, the LGU, we are active sa ating itong air service development, and of course let's not forget our route development also sa central office ng DOT. They continue also to try to open possibilities for especially mga secondary airports.
Japan has improved our the travel advisory. So we are really happy that Japan has finally recognized na the beauty of Davao. Aside from Japan, are there any countries that basically more or less hesitant pa na mag-declare more for advisories, ma-improve yung ating advisory, travel advisory for Davao region?
Alam mo, RD, bago lang may nakasama ako na mga country managers, no, and handling foreign markets. And actually, while existing yung travel advisory, I was surprised to find out that actually malakas yung sales nila for Davao. So meaning, despite people still visit us. So with that, we will continue to work harder on efforts on marketing and promoting Davao.
Next question is, ikalawang yugto po natin ng Davao Adventure Challenge na you said na mag-extend tayo ng 25. Ano pa po yung mga ino-offer natin na mga bagong adventure destinations sa rehiyon na isasali sa challenge? Will there be ilan yun so far?
17 sites yung ating first.
May dadagdag ba?
Meron pong idadagdag sa second season.
Mas mahihirapan na
Hindi po. Mas magiging inclusive po tayo, RD. Meron tayong mga easy adventure challenges. But we will announce that when we launch. But definitely madadagdagan. Minimum of 20 sites na tayo ngayon. RD, baka pwede na tayong makapag-adventure.
Sige, hanapan natin ng time, ng oras. Ito kasi si Rudolph ang hinihintay ko na mag-akuan eh. Dapat sabay kami ni Rudolph yan.
Kasi parang 1 year na, nag-promise ka sa akin.
Yes. So, mag-uusap na lang din kami ni Ayan later on. Kung ano yung mga gagawin natin. And then,
sabay na tayo, sasabayan na
sige po. Hanapan natin ng time. Rudolph? Lagi, 1 year na lagi. Kamatis na. Sige. We will accept the challenge. Live TV talaga nag-accept ng challenge. Anyway, all mga kababayan natin, mga Davaoenyo, ito pa din yung challenge sa ating lahat na let's be involved sa Davao Adventure. Siguro later on, ipapromote ulit po ng ating tourism. Moving on to the next question. Kamakailan lang din gumawa ang Davao City ng MICE Town Meetings, RD. So ano po yung mga napag-usapan doon? Kasi sa ating tourism, nakafocus ay ang meetings, MICE basically guys is meetings, incentives, conventions, exhibitions. No, ito yung MICE market. Ano po ba so far ang napag-uusapan? May mga agreements po ba during those meetings? At ano po yung mga developments pa po natin?
Actually, maganda yung nangyari during our MICE Town Hall meeting because that was the time when we gathered mga issues and even mga suggestions and recommendations ng ating mga MICE players sa industry. And then, after that, may forum tayo and certain issues were clarified as well. And then, ang pinaka-important, at the end of the day, we were able to come up with short-term action plans that we can act on in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years. And also, isa sa pinag-usapan yung mga incentives din. So, with that, magre-regroup lang kami to finalize yung sa mga action plans and then we will roll this out. And maganda dito because lahat sila involved. So, lahat tayo involved and may buy-in talaga doon sa action plans na ginawa natin.
Yeah, so we hope na ma-address din natin yung mga current mga concerns or issues sa RD, because basically ang mga nakikita naming mga persistent or current na concerns na I think that would affect our tourism industry is number one nga po yung limited international flights, which that's basically beyond our control. And then itong travel advisories, no, I believe you continue to monitor kung ano yung mga nire-release ng mga travel advisories. There's also ito po yung issue po ng sustainability, RD. Sustainability, sustaining the tourism sites. Ano po yung mga ginagawa natin given na there's always a concern na yung the impact of climate change, mga ganito. So paano natin na promote na yung tourism natin is sustainable? I think there is one tourism site, I think it's a mountain na pina-close talaga nila because there are a lot of trash on the site. Are we observing this also in Davao? I believe merong mga cases, pero I'm sure din naman siguro worse. Disiplinado daw kasi ang Davao, di ba? So, are there monitoring din na ginagawa po ng inyong agencies regarding this, on this aspect? Pag pumapasok ang isang mga turista, na-maintain po ba natin at nasusustain po yung ating mga tourism sites?
Yes, so kami naman, we continue to promote sustainability and responsible tourism. So naka-embed siya actually whenever we engage with our stakeholders through our trainings, capacity buildings, kasama siya. And also, we are a member, actually dalawa kaming agencies, the DENR and DOT, meron tayong regional ecotourism committee. So we talk about yung areas na protected areas, no? So na may tourism potential. So may mga management plan yon and being presented sa committee, and nakafocus tayo sa areas na yon. We want to also really develop and help them in terms of tourism development. In fact, we are already eyeing several, and we have been receiving intents from yung mga sa board nila na gusto nilang i-enroll sa Davao Adventure Challenge because they saw the big potential of the Davao Adventure Challenge in promoting even the far-flung areas. Mga community Ayan. So, hello, yes.
Okay, palit.
So again, yung Davao Adventure, it really promotes travel all across the region.
I think sa battery bata problema nito. Okay na ba? Pa-check lang po natin. Okay na to? Sige. Moving on mga kababayan, we continue to kasama pa rin po natin si RD Tanya Rabatan ng DOT Region 11 habang pinag-uusapan po natin, nagbibigay po tayo ng update regarding sa ating Davao tourism industry. Okay, so siguro at this point in time, let's hear perhaps kung may tanong po ng ating mga media partners ngayong araw. Let's hear siguro from our media partners kung meron po tayong mga tanong. Si Carlo Dolor sa Kadangpan Digital. Go ahead, sir.
Hello. Right before I ask the question to Ma'am RD Tanya Rabatan, first and foremost, let me just greet you mabuhay og madayaw gikan sa rehiyon sa Davao. Alright, so I'd like to emphasize the question that on a lighter note, because tomorrow we're celebrating the International Women's Day. Of course, being the regional director, the importance of our women who are empowered, especially our female tour guides who are working effortlessly for the benefit of our tourists to make it more improved, that the tourist sites of Davao region will be beautiful. So how do you give message of encouragement for those women who are travelers, especially to the tour guides that had been given relentless efforts for the benefit of sustaining and improving the tourism sector in Davao region.
Unang-una, we salute all our women tour guides, and not just the tour guides pero lahat talaga na nagtatrabaho sa ating tourism industry. We support all our women tourism stakeholders, and we are thankful for all the contributions that they've done. We continue to be committed, of course, to promoting equality, gender and development, and support kung ano man yung mga programa na makakabuti para sa ating mga kababaihan.
RD, I'd just like to also emphasize about sunod-sunod naman yung mga festivals within the Davao region, especially in Davao del Norte, in Tagum City, and also coming July, the anniversaries of Davao del Norte, Davao del Sur, and Davao Oriental. So, despite na there are many situations that is way beyond our control, what do you seek about the relentless efforts to promote the tourism sector in the respective localities, municipalities, and the provinces of Davao region po?
We continue, of course, to work with the local government units na nandito sa region, as well as our counterparts sa national. We continue on our work. As you can see, I reported earlier, marami tayo na sa rolling pipeline natin. We will continue on with them. And we are thankful of the good relations we have sa ating industriya na involved sa tourism industry ng rehiyon.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's hear from Armando Feniqueto ng Radyo Pilipinas. Go ahead, sir.
Ma'am, good morning po. Armando Feniqueto of Radyo Pilipinas. Recently, ma'am, the Interfaith Development Interventions for Sustainability, or AID, is called for the local government units na i-minimize or i-practice yung sustainable tourism, especially those tourism na involved yung sa environment. The last time kasi parang na-observe nila yan na yung mga areas na katulad ng mga areas na tourist spots, pero yung recently may natatanggap sila na marami yung mga basura, and then mas nagiging crowded na yung mga tourist spots na yun. So ano po yung tawag dito, magiging move ng DOT for you to help the LGUs and then the DNR to materialize this campaign na parang i-limit yung mga tourists dun sa mga areas?
Yeah, actually campaign ng DOT yan, we're strong on implementing carrying capacity. We communicate that with the LGUs every time, at every chance we can, through our trainings, mga capacity buildings, orientations, and workshop. Recently, last year, we participated in sa ating Davao Association, Davao Tourism Association. Gumawa tayo ng roadmap for sustainability. I-roll out lang natin to this year, but we got the commitments from each sector kung ano yung pwede nilang makommit na para ma-make sure na magiging sustainable ang ating mga tourism practices. So we started with that, with that commitment. But I'm sure the LGUs continue to regulate these areas, and we're always in touch with all of them.
Sa pagkuha ba ng tourism permit po ba, ma'am, is parang ano pa rin, parang requirement na parang dapat sundin nila kung ilan ang dapat ang capacity for this parang accommodation, na especially yung nasa loob ng protected areas?
What do you mean by tourism permits?
Ay, yung mga areas po na yung mga kumukuha ng permits from DOT, parang accreditation.
Yeah. So sa DOT accreditation, we inspect on the facility, kung umuyon ba sila doon base sa ating standard and sa mga checklist natin. Yun yung ating chine-check. But syempre, naka-integrate na rin talaga yung mga training natin on carrying capacity and other related trainings on that. So, we continue to promote talaga yung sustainability and responsible tourism through the programs that we roll out sa ating mga tourism stakeholders.
Okay, lasa lang po ma'am, balikan ko lang po yung question kanina ni RD po with regards po sa possible additional direct flights po international, no, Davao, ano po ba yung mga possible ma'am? And yung Japan, we have been partners with Japan and China, but right now wala pa tayong direct flights coming from these countries.
So again, I do not want to speculate, pero yung mga partners natin, I know yung mga consulate general, mga conja natin, they're working hard, no? And hindi naman easy lang na because we want to have direct flights with certain countries, there's a lot of factor actually to consider to sustain yung mga flights na yon kung magkakaroon. But we're hopeful that we will have more direct flights, especially now the very vibrant ang tourism scene naman ng Davao region.
Okay, thank you po.
Thank you. I think yung regarding sa mga direct flights naman siguro, I think undergoing pa ata yung pag-aaral regarding yung how many Davaoenos might consider traveling in those places. For example, may mga interest to going to Japan. So I think yun yung mga tinitingnan ng ating mga stakeholders, right?
Actually, to mention lang, we are strengthening our data to support, no? So nandoon tayo na stage. We're very hands-on and involved on the gathering of data, strengthening our data para yung sabi mo RD, no, how many are traveling. So nandyan tayo na stage actually. So para we can support this to mga airlines hopefully.
Thank you. We have I think last question from Rudolph Alama.
RD, napanood ko lang bago lang yung trailer nung film na na-shoot sa Mati, yung si RK Bagatsing pati si Janela Salvador. Ngayong month natin palabas sa Manila. Do we have plans sa film tourism dito sa kasi para nag-shoot sila doon. I think maganda yung nakita ko yun sa trailer, maganda yung pag-portray nila sa Mati. Parang tourist.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. Ang ganda, and you will really fall in love with Mati at tama yung sinabi doon. And I know that the LGU is heavily supporting also yung shoot nila. And meron naman tayong film tourism na portfolio also. And we have our officers in the central office working on this. So in fact, they continue to coordinate with the regional offices to strengthen yung film tourism sa mga regions. So ito lang yung isang example na that will inspire other cities, no? Kasi I'm sure after this film, lalo pang makikilala talaga yung Mati.
How were they able to choose Mati? Because maraming lugar, Mati napili nila to shoot that film.
Ang alam ko, because DOT hindi naman involved sa shoot na yon, but it was the LGU, so baka they coordinated with the LGU.
Okay, yung 4.1 million po yung tourism arrivals 2024. Have we met that? Ano po yung target nung 2024? Have we met that? And yung this year, ano po yung tourism arrival target natin?
Kung mag-base po tayo sa 2023 arrival data natin, which was around 3.2 million. So nag-increase tayo ng 27% sa 2024 natin na data.
These are foreign arrivals.
Mixed siya, more on domestic. This is parang tawag natin dito distribution of travelers. So a mix of foreign and domestic. But of course, big bulk of that is really domestic.
What's ano po yung reason na may 27% increase tayo for the tourism? Ano po, may bago po ba tayong mga tourism attractions or destination?
Sa tingin ko, because last year may mga nag-open na mga direct flights and then new flights connecting Davao to other parts of the Philippines. So that's one contribution. Syempre yung patuloy natin na pag-activate ng market natin, no? And syempre sa mga efforts ng ating mga LGUs to promote also the city.
Very interesting at this point in time, RD, yung issue ng disaster and calamities or emergencies. Davao region basically recently is experiencing shakings. I don't know if you were, kasi yung nung isang araw lang din nagkaroon ng little, may meeting kami, and then everybody felt very strong na mga shakings. I think in some areas in Davao region, medyo may mga series of shakings na nangyayari. How do we also involve po sa ating tourism industry yung issue ng safety standards natin, mga ganon. Whenever there are calamities or emergencies na makakatugon po yung ating mga tourism sites.
Well, ang alam po natin ang ating mga LGUs on top really of making sure that their areas are safe, and as well as their stakeholders are equipped on how to address yung mga ganito na event, how to respond to these types of events. But the Department of Tourism, through our training program, we really parang allocate 30% of our trainings na safety and security related siya.
So that's one thing that we need to strengthen so far. So I'm sure that our LGUs are really very responsive, and they are moving a lot, doing a lot in terms of really securing na ating mga bisita lahat. And so we will have the last na yung kanila. From PTV, si LJ Sagang, go ahead.
Ayan, in connection po doon sa safety and security po natin, with the ongoing security challenges po, especially here in Davao, how is the Department of Tourism 11 addressing tourist safety concerns po natin?
Mahirap kasi very generic yung security challenges. Can you specify a particular? But again, going back to my statement earlier, I'm sure our LGUs are on top in coordination with the PNP, with the our military on mga security issues. Again, through our trainings, we really dedicate 30% of our total trainings every year sa mga safety and security related na trainings. To add, meron po tayong association ng mga security personnel sa mga hotels. So our hotels, they do have their security head. Meron tayong association ng ganon. And it's called TSPADI, no? So actually maganda to because kung merong mga anything happening sa isang hotel, napapasa agad nila yung information sharing, ang laki ng tulong talaga niya. So with that, hopefully it can also help prevent whatever yung mga uneventful things to happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think we have exhausted siguro some of the questions natin. If there are still questions, so habulin na lang po natin later on kung may mga katanungan pa yung ating mga kababayan. But at this point, RD, maraming salamat. Maraming salamat din sa ating mga media partners. Nagpapasalamat din kami sa Department of Tourism, kay Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco, kay RD Tanya, at sa bumubuo ng DOT Region 11. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapaunlak po again sa aming imbitasyon. At siguro maraming salamat muna sa ating mga media partners na nag-participate ngayong araw, ang DXDC RMN Davao, Radyo Pilipinas, Action Radio, Newsline Philippines, PTV Davao, at Kadangpang Digital. And sa mga lahat na nagmo-monitor po sa ating online platforms, maraming salamat. For more questions pa rin po, you can always message us sa ating mga media platforms. You can also visit the website ng PIA, and of course visit the website of DOT Region 11, kanilang mga Facebook platforms para sa inyong mga katanungan, and to watch out siguro mga adventures or bagong tourism na pwede nating bibisitahin. Ang importante is maglaan tayo ng budget. Magiging part ng buhay natin po na maglaan ng budget, maghanap tayo ng panahon para makapamasyal. Muli po, hingin po namin ang inyong parting statement if you have any announcements po na sa coming days or para sa ating public po. Go ahead po, RD.
Unang-una, maraming salamat sa ating media friends na nandito ngayon. RD Rene, maraming salamat also for this opportunity. Nagpapasalamat din po kami ng malaki sa aming butihing Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco for really leading us to the right direction and always inspiring us every time. We encourage everyone to patronize mga DOT accredited enterprises, no, starting from our accommodation facilities, travel and tour guides, marami pa po. And with that, rest assured, kami po ay partner ninyo palagi at susuporta sa mga programa na patuloy na magpapatibay at magpapalakas ng ating industriya. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay ug madayaw.
Ayan po, makikita natin sa datos ang patuloy na pagdating ng mga turista sa ating bansa at sa ating rehiyon. Ang turista ay nagdadala ng hanap buhay sa marami nating kababayan sa mga lungsod patungo sa mga komunidad na mayroong tourism attractions. Sa presentasyon at diskusyon ngayong umaga, narinig natin at nakita ang magandang balita na tuloy-tuloy na pag-usbong ng industriya ng turismo lalo dito sa Davao Region. Sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Department of Tourism Region 11, sa ating mga media partners present, sa NCCC Group of Companies para sa ating venue dito sa NCCC Victoria Plaza, sa Department of Information and Communications Technology Region 11 sa pagsisiguro again ng ating Wi-Fi connection, sa ating Luworks Studios para sa ating live streaming services. Maraming salamat po. Sa ngalan ng aming PCO Secretary, bagong PCO Secretary na po namin ng PCO, si Jay Ruiz, ang ating PIA Director General Catherine Chloe De Castro at sa buong pwersa ng Philippine Information Agency Region 11. Dito po si Rene Carbayas. Magandang araw at ating itaguyod ang BAC Pilipinas. Amping Davao.